So, you only know what the phrase trash talk means. If you don't know what that means, allow me to refresh your memory of what should I make you to basically get you about the definition of what trash talk means. The definition of trash talk is something of using insults and provocative language in a competitive setting, whether it's a video game or a live match or basically other thing that's in the public. Everyone, every single person use trash talk to insult the player, whether to basically to insult their rivals. But the most per the most common thing that I say that trash talking has occurred is in Xenoverse 2. That's right. Not all video games can have trash talkers in them because Xenoverse 2 takes the cake of having a sensational base problem with trash talkers. And to be honest, trash talkers are nothing more than time waste. Nothing. Excuse me. Trash talkers are nothing more than time wasters. And the definition of a time waster is someone that wastes their some people's time by talking about something that's actually not true or anything. But the most provocative reason why I want to make this video is how majorly common and of why Xenoverse 2 have so much trash talking going on that I wanted to talk about. So imagine you're playing a 1v1 match and you end up being a player so good and you basically won a match and the player they ended up leaving that match. And then they came, instead of coming back to the match, they ended up saying, you get a message from your DMs, and you check your DMs, you open it up, and you found those two words that the player has sent you is trash talk. They say, you're trash, or GFG, or get good, motherfucker. But, yeah, there are a lot of people that can use trash talk as a provocative way. Like, to be honest, I see a lot of trash talkers in Xenoverse 2 that I have encountered or basically have dealt with for years in Xenoverse. Like, hey, and despite me quitting PvP, and despite me quitting PvP matches pretty much soon, the most thing that I ever will never want to forget is how many trash talkers how I face, and how all of them, well not all of them, but most of them, which is not most of them, but half of them are nothing more than fucking time wasters. Now, there's one example I want to share. So, about a month or a year ago, I made a video called The Most Stupidest Player Ever. And I was referring to a person, referring to a player that I fought, which I will not say their name in this video because I always said their name in that when that was released. And the player had the audacity to lie about the score, even though he's 4-2, when I was the actual one that's 4-3, which is obviously that he won 3 matches and I only won 4 matches. Like, there is actually no determinations of what you people are. And the moment when I try my best to ignore this guy, or basically refuse to get, and I actually refuse to give him a rematch because how he played. Because there's only one major thing that whenever I do one matches, if I want to do a rematch, I will set one. But if I set a rematch from a player that they use the same old tactics of cheesing and spamming, they don't get a rematch. What they get, and I'll just simply say no. I do not want any single rematches from players who use cheese and spam moves all the time. But despite me quitting PvP matches pretty much soon, it makes a lot of sense. But, and this player even bragged about saying that he clipped his wins. But I ended up saying, you know what, this dude was nothing but more than wasting my time. Because that player that I have mentioned here is nothing more than a time waster. Which that's the time of the video. Like, it's not just this player. Some players are just simply just like trash talkers that basically just waste your time. Now, take this for example. Imagine you basically play it after you after you beat this player multiple times. And you see you basically see the player say in some salted matches saying thing that you're trash. And then you have the audacity to basically to clap out with an insult of your own and try to say, look buddy, I only won a few matches. It's than you. But because all you stop playing like a tryhard and you use your tryhard earthling or maybe tryhard skills just to win, learn how to get good. And basically the play, and then there you try to end up the conversation, but the player will end up using insults from every single amount of the book to try to get your attention. But you do try to respond to them, but unfortunately, this led to you having a long ass message basically mentioning this guy. Sometimes lasting in like a day, or another day, or yet another day. And then you have the right decision to block them because they're nothing more than wasting your time. Like, I don't mind because listen, I don't mind if some people can clap back with the insult of their own, because that's kind of good. But if you could counter some trash talkers that want to waste your time, that's where the time you don't want to get them attention. They're nothing more than like attention seekers. They're nothing more than trying to like get your attention on many other single type of stuff that you do on the game. But it's not just on Xenoverse too, but it's on every single game that every single player plays. Whether it's the wrestling games or fighting games or many other type of games, every single game will have trash talkers because of online games. But there's also one more thing that I will want to make in this video. Something before I end this video. There are two types of trash talkers. One is a normal trash talker, which is actually normal. But there are ones that are basically start using personal things just as insults, just to have to basically just to basically get your attention, but in a very wrong way. That's called personal trash talk. Now, personal trash talk, in my definition, it's just the same thing as trash talking, but it's just how players use a person's personal information as an insult over a game. Just for example, you have a normal trash talker that says, "Oh, you're trash. Get good at the game." But if a personal trash trash talks to you personally by saying, "Oh, I hope I beat your ass in real life," like, bruh, do not be like one of those personal trash talkers. Do not go your way to basically to put physical harm on basically any single person that you meet. And the problem is, people sometimes use personal trash talk to replace the normal trash talk. But like I said, as trash talkers are nothing more than time wasters, but personal trash talkers, on the other hand, are nothing more than people who are using personal things for attention, which also makes them a time waster. Which not only makes them a time waster, but also makes them a attention seeker. But that's why I have to draw the line. So now let me go jump back right out to to this question. Why are trash talkers now time wasters? Well, in my opinion, they're just usually trash talkers are just literally just us angry gamers that lost their asses in a game and basically want to use insults to insult the player that it got beaten, and basically just want to put their signs on many other interpretations of how they're way better than the player. But as of 2026, it seems like that most of the days people have found who actually thinks that trash talkers are now people who just want to waste your time on. So if you deal with a trash talker in a XENOVERSE 2 game, sure, you could go ahead and just simply try to clap back with an insult of your own to try to basically embarrass that player. But if you encounter a trash talker that sometimes wants to waste your time, what I do is by blocking them. But if you deal with a trash talker that use personal things about you, such as using insults to your mother, your father, or even sending like death threats or any single type of stuff like that, block them. But right now, that's all I gotta say. And that's it. That's gonna be it for this video. So if you guys like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And as always, this is Tomas Mathis signing off. See you guys later. I'll see you guys next time. Farewell, my fellow timer trollers.